Coming up in SVG-TV News this evening at 7, Gonzalez calls for regional transition plan as citizenship by investment program faces EU deadline. CARICOM leaders press on U.S. boat strikes fallout. China rescuers race to save thousands stranded after Typhoon Maisak floods. And in sports, West Indies name squad for women's ODI tour to Ireland. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV News and Sports this evening at 7.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV's News and Sports for Thursday, July 9th, 2026. I'm Triska Campbell with the details. Opposition leader Dr. Ralph Gonsalves is calling on Eastern Caribbean countries that operate citizenship by investment CBI programs to begin preparing for a future without the initiative. Following a recent directive from the European Union, the European Union has indicated that 5 countries in the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, the OECS, that operate CBI programs must take steps to phase out the programs by June 2028 or face possible consequences, including changes to their visa-free access arrangements with the Skijan area. The programs, which allow foreign nationals to obtain citizenship through significant financial investments, have become a major source of government revenue for several Eastern Caribbean states. Speaking on radio yesterday, Dr. Gonsalves said the transition period should be used to develop a comprehensive strategy to cushion the economic impact of losing the CBI revenues. He urged the affected governments to work collectively to determine the financial resources and policy measures that will be needed to manage the transition. Dr. Gonsalves also called for regional institutions, including the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, the ECCB, and the Caribbean Development Bank, the CDB, to partner with the affected governments in developing a long-term adjustment program. He suggested that a structured plan spanning at least 10 years would help countries diversify their economies and reduce their dependence on CBI income.
We have to have a quantification of what is required for the adjustment, because this would affect the external account and thus has potential to affect the real effective exchange rate of the Eastern Caribbean dollar, and could send potentially the subregion's economy into a tailspin. Because even if St. Vincent is not involved with these 5, St. Vincent and Grenadines, because the ULP government had never entertained selling passports and citizenship on grounds of principle and of practicality. And I said this thing is not sustainable. I've been hammering that all the time. My colleagues, good friends of mine, disagreed with me, but I spoke to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Warning of challenging economic times ahead, the opposition leader said the region cannot afford to delay planning for the eventual loss of CBI revenues. He stressed that governments must begin making the necessary fiscal and economic adjustments now and seek regional and international support to ensure a smooth transition and safeguard economic sustainability.
But they have to quantify the extent of that adjustment, and it has to be over a period of time. I don't see how it could be less than 10 years. With annual sums in grants and soft loans from the different elements, different agencies and governments in this particular consortium. Otherwise, we're going to have a lot of problems in this sub-region. Of course, the Europeans are going to argue that they didn't have any benefit from this citizenship by investment program, so it's not identical with bananas. And that, in a narrow sense, is true. But what the Europeans are telling you, that continue to do this, it's affecting our security and we're locking it down. Well, we live in one world, and there are non-traditional drivers of security and insecurity.
A refurbished occupational therapy unit at the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center in Glen was recently handed over, providing an upgraded space to support the recovery and rehabilitation of patients. The project was funded by the Rotary Clubs of District 7030 as part of the disaster relief initiatives in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. President of the Rotary Club of St. Vincent South, Kim Haydock, said Rotary's mission is to provide humanitarian service where the need is greatest. She explained that late last year, the 3 Rotary Clubs in St. Vincent and the Grenadines received funding from the district's disaster relief fund to undertake community projects. She said the occupational therapy unit was proposed by the Rotary Club of St. Vincent South, which had already begun raising funds for the initiative.
Many of you support our fundraisers, to which we are most appreciative, so that we can perform projects like this, establish projects like this over the long term. And we ask that you continue to give us your support. So my club, which is Rotary Club of St. Vincent South, proffered the idea of outfitting the occupational therapy unit building, which is this building, as a means to assist patients with healing and recovery through stimulation of occupational and recreational interventions. Indeed, Rotary South had previously embarked on this direction over the last 2 years. We were acutely aware that there was a lack of stimulation at the facility, and we were trying to see what we could do to provide some sort of therapeutic activities. The project received approval from the district. It was one of 4, I believe, and we were funded to the tune of 53,000 EC dollars, or US $20,000, of which every cent has been spent. We have worked assiduously with Dr. Alvis, Nurse Charles, and their team to formulate the requirements to create the therapeutic environment where we are assembled today.
Haydock said the refurbishment and new equipment have transformed the unit into a space that promotes healing, hope, and dignity for patients.
The works for this project comprised painting much of the building, inside, corridors, and some of the outside, erecting a metal gate at the front for security reasons, installing air conditioner units, installing a large smart TV for media and educational stimulation, furnishing the OTU with tables, chairs. You can see pictures, drapes, activities at the back, including things like art, sewing, gardening, yoga, etc., etc. These are the starter supplies. They're quite comprehensive. We even have some cooking equipment over there because they have a little kitchen in the back. And so we tried to make it as comprehensive as possible. We are now overjoyed to see the fulfillment of this project and anticipate that this therapeutic environment will be used as a resource to assist and stimulate many patients so that they become more ready to participate in daily life activities and occupations, which include basics such as bathing, grooming, dressing, etc.
Director of Mental Health Services, Dr. Alicia Alves, thanked the Rotary Clubs for supporting the project, describing it as a renewed commitment to ensuring dignity for everyone who enters the occupational therapy unit in search of care, restoration, or hope.
For too long, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and across our region, mental health facilities have existed at the margins of public consciousness and public investment. People who are living with mental health conditions tend to be hidden away, under-resourced, underserved, and this is because stigma and silence has shaped our priorities. Today's handover represents a tangible rejection of that legacy. This refurbished occupational therapy unit will allow our clients to engage in the kind of purposeful, dignified activity which is central to genuine rehabilitation. So not just managing their symptoms, but rebuilding their skills, their confidence, and giving them a pathway back to reintegration into society and community life. Occupational therapy reminds us that recovery isn't just clinical. It's about restoring a person's sense of meaning and their sense of capability.
Senior Nursing Officer with Mental Health Services, Kaishma Charles, said the refurbished units represents another important milestone for the continued advancement of mental health services in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. She said the upgraded facility will strengthen efforts to support patients' recovery and rehabilitation while equipping them with the skills needed to successfully reintegrate into society.
This building is more than a renovated facility. It is a dedicated therapeutic space that strengthens our ability to provide holistic, recovery-oriented care. It provides opportunities for patients to participate in therapeutic programs, enhance coping skills, develop essential activities for daily living, and build confidence necessary to successfully be reintegrated into society. It will also enhance rehabilitation for patients recovering from substance use disorder through therapeutic programs and life learning skills. Our vision is not only for patients at the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center to benefit, but also our outpatient clients. This investment provides us with an even stronger foundation to build upon our rehabilitation programs.
A series of stakeholder consultations held across mainland St. Vincent, Bequia, Canouan, and Union Island has laid a foundation for strengthening the country's fisheries, seafood, safety, and agriculture sectors. The consultations held under the Unleashing the Blue Economy of a Caribbean Impact UBEC project brought together government officials, fishers, seafood processors, maricultural operators, and private sector representatives to help develop two key strategic plans for the industry. International seafood safety expert Helder Silva said the recommendations will improve seafood processing, strengthen compliance with international food safety standards, and enhance export readiness.
So it has been a great challenge, a very interesting challenge, and we have been all around the place visiting many fishing communities, many fishing sites, industries, vessels, products, also eating a lot in restaurants. So also enjoying the life here in St. Vincent and having the fishery service helping them with their great challenge where they have expressed a lot of interest in facing the problems that they have to deal with and address. So we are here in the UBEC project, World Bank funded, and we are part of, let's say, this expertise team to make this change in a way that it is going to help greatly the industry of the fishing and of the fish processing industry in St. Vincent.
Fisheries policy consultant Roy Bailey said the consultations will also help translate the country's 2018 fisheries and agriculture policy into practical action with opportunities to expand agriculture, including sea moss production, while promoting the sustainable management of marine resources.
Overall, my mission is to take the 2018 fisheries and aquaculture policy and draw it down into a strategic action plan that encapsulates modern concerns and emerging issues and opportunities, and gives us a much clearer plan and actionable opportunities to move forward and improve the lives of Vincentians reliant on both fisheries and aquaculture sectors into the future. So far, we've been to Bequia, Union Island, and Kanwan, and it's been impressive to see the range of products, for example, being developed by the CMOS industry folks. We see a great opportunity to expand on what they're already managing to do on a small scale with limited resources. So, organizing and ensuring that industry can grow in a responsible way with an export focus seems like a great opportunity.
The UBEC project said the recommendations will guide future investment, policy implementation, and capacity building initiatives supporting the sustainable growth of St. Vincent and the Grenadines' blue economy. Vincy Mas 2026 ends on a high as revelers praise unforgettable carnival experience. This and other stories coming up on return with more local news. Stay with us.
Welcome to Sister.
Welcome to the upgraded Seastar Limited,
where we offer to almost all your household items.
They've expanded their range to sofas, dining and patio sets, beds and mattresses, wardrobes, kitchen cabinets, office furniture. That's just a few from the luxurious collection. Not forgetting their signature quality windows, doors, rails, and bathroom enclosures. Journey on up to Seastar, where their friendly sales clerk is happy to assist. Seastar Limited, where quality meets style.
A funeral service should be one that you can be proud of, one that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We are constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction, and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They claim General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
On Friday, July 10th, you can help realize your dreams with a lotto jackpot of $102,000. Your dream vacation, a university degree, that new ride, your new house can all suddenly be within your reach. What a little lotto can do. It's a lotto jackpot of $102,000. This Friday, July 10th. You have to be in it to win it.
Welcome back to the evening news. As the curtains close on Vincy Mas 2026, The Great Escape, one message emerged clearly from the interviews conducted by SVG-TV News. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is the place to be during the carnival season. Visitors and locals alike describe this year's festival as an unforgettable experience, praising its vibrant atmosphere, energetic street parades, pulsating music, and the warmth and hospitality of the Vincentian people. Many revelers said the 2026 edition lived up to its theme, The Great Escape, offering the perfect opportunity to celebrate, unwind, and immerse themselves in the country's rich culture and traditions, from spectacular costume bands and lively fetes to infectious sounds of soca and steel pan. Participants agreed that Vincy Mas delivered an experience they will remember for years to come. Several visitors also said they plan to return for next year's festivities, encouraging others from around the world to experience what they described as one of the Caribbean's premier carnival celebrations.
time, it was shorter than I have had done previously, but I must say it was really good. My main event that I really look forward to is the Soko Monarch, and that really didn't disappoint yesterday on the road. Actually, I think, so this is my third time on the road for T-shirt Mas, and I think I enjoyed this experience the best out of all the 3 years that I've been here. So I'm looking forward to see what's on store for us today for Carnival Tuesday.
Big up all the youths of St. Vincent and the Grenadines coming out with some nice music.
So far I've been to some of the frets and I'm just amazed by the glamour and the friendliness and the really strong party vibe, but without it being too bombastic, you know. It's been so enjoyable. Yeah, it's been amazing.
Just taking over from my dad, and I know he died in 2019, and knowing that he would have been proud of me to carry on his legacy.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Was good, I was enjoying it, but people outside was coming in to see me and my friends and them, you know, enjoy the fun.
My highlight is my mass band just crossed the stage, 7th section, big, beautiful, excellent presentation of mass. It's called the Twilight Dreams.
Come forward, Oxygen. Yo, me outside, me can't tell like party nice until cheesy. Me head bad like 10 dark 4 to Catana Iguana. All the party, then me go all the party, watch the highlight. And I see highlight, everything is a highlight. The whole mass been nice. Me love me mass. One Vincy Mas, if you miss it, I ain't gonna tell you how it's nice. You gotta come. You got to.
With another successful festival now concluded, Vincy Mas 2026 has once again highlighted St. Vincent and the Grenadines as a leading cultural and tourism destination. Organizers, promoters, and revelers alike are celebrating the event's success, while many are already looking forward to an even bigger and better Vincy Mas in 2027. In other news now, the Animal and Health Production Services Division is urging the public to remain vigilant against leptospirosis, a potentially life-threatening bacterial disease that affects both humans and animals. Leptospirosis is caused by bacteria that are commonly spread through the urine of infected animals, including rats, cattle, pigs, and dogs. People can become infected through contact with the contaminated water, soil, or food, particularly when the bacteria enters the body through cuts or abrasions on the skin or through the eyes, nose, or mouth. Health officials say the disease often begins with flu-like symptoms such as fever, headache, muscle aches, chills, vomiting, and diarrhea. However, if left untreated, it can progress to serious complications including kidney and liver failure, meningitis, respiratory distress, and in severe cases, death. In livestock and other animals, leptospirosis can result in reproductive problems, miscarriages, reduced productivity, organ damage, and death. The division is encouraging farmers, pet owners, and members of the public to take preventative measures by maintaining good personal hygiene, controlling rodent populations, wearing protective clothing and footwear when handling animals or working in potentially contaminated environments, and avoiding contact with flood waters or stagnant water where possible. Officials also advise anyone who develops symptoms after possible exposure to contaminated water or infected animals to seek immediate medical attention, as early diagnosis and treatments with antibiotics can significantly reduce the risk of severe illness. The Animal Health and Production Services Division emphasizes that public awareness and preventative action remain the most effective ways to reduce the spread of leptospirosis and protect both human and animal health. CARICOM leaders pressed on U.S. boat strikes fallout. This from the region. When I return, stay with us.
The Ever Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief.
With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494, Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Welcome back in news now on the regional scene. Regional heads of government addressed questions surrounding foreign counter-narcotics operations within Caribbean waters during the final session of the 51st regular CARICOM meeting. This came against the backdrop of U.S. boat strikes. The discussion centered on balancing international security partnerships with national sovereignty and the legal oversight of territorial jurisdictions. We hear more in this report.
So my question for you, Prime Minister Pierre, and then I have a question broadly for everyone, but for you is, for these families, what should justice look like in this situation? And then broadly, for the other leaders present, does the United States have immunity to kill citizens in your territories for alleged crimes?
We are very concerned about the loss of life for anybody, particularly these people who lost their lives at sea. We've requested information from the United States, and we've not got any information as to what happened. As I speak, we still consider it a missing persons case, and our own law enforcement are trying their best to see if they can decipher what happened. But as far as we're concerned, the United States have given us no information on that issue.
Rushing's microphone was turned off before he could proceed with another follow-up question. However, other heads of government chimed in to answer the second part of his original inquiry. Quote, does the United States have immunity to kill citizens in your territories for alleged crimes? End quote.
You asked for every one of us to speak, and we will speak because you have come clearly with a view to prosecute. And that may be legitimate for you to do so as a journalist. But let us also be clear that this is going to be a very acrimonious legal and geopolitical issue. There will be disputes as to whether this is an act of war or this is within the normal confines of criminal law. And I've heard both sides of the story. Suffice it to say that we would rather not have this as a first option with respect to the containment of persons.
That's the news from the region. The international news features coming up next. Stay with us.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at QCare Pharmacy. QCare leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. QCare Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. $220,000. That's the Super 6 jackpot for Friday, July 10th. It's $220,000. More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Fisheries, a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. TVs, fridges, cookers. We make your life so easy. Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture. Right here at Singer. Affordable beds and mattresses. Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store that gives you the best hire purchase deals. Right here at Singer. We'll outfit your home. Right here at Singer. The #1 family store. It's us with Singer.
Welcome back in news now on the international scene. Typhoon Mesak has unleashed record rainfall on southern China, with more than 60 centimeters falling in some areas within days. The deluge has collapsed dams, submerged towns, and triggered emergencies at 341 reservoirs operating above flood limit levels. Rescue teams are using boats, rafts, and drones to reach trapped residents, including over 10,000 students stranded in schools. We have more in this report.
The storm may have passed, but the danger isn't over. A young child is lowered from the window of a flooded building in China's southern Guangxi province after Typhoon Mesak dumped record-breaking rainfall across the region. Many areas remain underwater. Emergency teams are working non-stop to rescue people trapped in buildings. In some parts of the region, more than 60 centimeters of rain fell in just a few days. River levels rose quickly, collapsing dams and sending torrents of muddy water into downstream communities. Dozens of people were killed, and some are still missing.
Currently, 341 reservoirs across the region are operating above their flood limit water levels. Extreme torrential rainfall has triggered critical emergencies at reservoirs such as Liulan and Yunbiao.
In the city of Guigang, more than 10,000 students were trapped inside their schools. Electric rafts are being used to bring them to safety, but the process is slow. Food, water, and other critical supplies are being delivered by drone to those sheltering in place. The full cost of the damage will likely take months to assess. Around 50,000 livestock have been lost in the disaster, though pigs were miraculously rescued. A snake breeding farm reported the escape of 900 reptiles, including venomous cobras, with some villagers being bitten and needing medical attention. Authorities are now preparing for more extreme weather, with Super Typhoon Bavi barreling towards China's eastern coast. It's expected to make landfall in the next few days. Katrina Yu, Al Jazeera.
That's the news. Sports is just ahead, but before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
The weather report sponsored by General Hardware.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They're killing General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
And now for a look at the local weather forecast. Present conditions: partly cloudy, breezy, and hazy. Winds northeast at 26 kilometers per hour. Temperature 27.9 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 82%. Barometric pressure 1015.3 millibars. 24-hour rainfall 1.9 millimeters. Today's maximum temperature 29.4 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature 23.6 degrees Celsius. Sunset 6:35 p.m. Sunrise 5:44 a.m. Forecast: fair to occasionally cloudy and breezy with a moderate haze and a chance of isolated showers. Synopsis: the Atlantic high pressure system is the dominant feature.
The weather report was sponsored by General Hardware.
Tourism has many benefits to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It creates growth and a boost in economic activities, infrastructure development, job creation, entrepreneurship, and is a source of foreign exchange earnings. Supermarkets and vendors, bars, restaurants, taxis, tour guides, hotels, service providers, and many more all benefit directly from income gained through the tourism industry. Taxes collected from visitors to our country help St. Vincent's economy and its growth. Tourism is everyone's business. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Welcome to the evening sports. We hear that Cricket West Indies has announced a 15-member squad for the upcoming Senior Women's One-Day International Tour of Ireland, which gets underway on July 10th, with all 3 fixtures being played at the Bredy Cricket Club in Bredy. There is one change to the group that was selected for the Tri-Nation Series against Ireland and Pakistan and the recently concluded ICC Women's T20 World Cup, with Relina Griman replacing the injured Chanel Henry. The tour marks the team's 3rd assignment of the new ICC Women's Championship cycle, offering another opportunity to bank points and build momentum on the road to the World Cup qualification. The women's squad for the Tour of Ireland includes Hayley Matthews, captain, Aaliyah Allen, Shermaine Campbell, Jazara Clarkston, Deandra Dottin, Afi Fletcher, along with Vincentia and Janelia Glasgow, Relina Graymon, Shanisha Hector, Zadia James, Kiana Joseph, Mandy Magru, Ashmini Munsiar, Karishma Ramharak, and Stephanie Taylor. St. Vincent and the Grenadines finished 3rd in the OECS Championships in St. Kitts and Nevis with 134 points and 10 medals. The games held at the Kim Collins National Stadiums in Bastille on July 4th and 5th saw SVG Cup 2 gold, 6 silver, and 2 bronze medals. The gold medals came from Romal James, who won the men's triple jump event with a distance of 15.16 meters. Kessian John in the women's 800 meter in a personal best of 2 minutes 23.27 seconds. The silver medals came by Javier Keito in the men's triple jump with 14.92 meters and Bernicia Derek Bryan in the women's 100 meter hurdles in 13.91 seconds. Handel Roban in the men's 400 meter in 46.59 seconds, along with Romal James in the men's long jump with 7.33 meters. Kessian John in the women's long jump with a distance of 4.80 meters, and a team of Jamar Sanders, Kyle Lawrence, AJ Delplish, and Keo Davis was second in the men's 4x100 meter relay in a time of 40.07 seconds. Bronze medals were secured by Irene Brown in the women's 100 meter hurdles in 14.32 seconds and Makish Compton in the men's 100 meter in 10.41 seconds. The rest of the performances saw Tia Laborde placing 4th in the women's 200 meters and 6th in the 100 meter. Zakisha Riley was 7th in both the women's 200 and 400 meters. AJ Delplish was 6th in the men's 200 meter, and Kelly Davis, Laborde, and Delplish teamed up for a mixed 4x400 meter relay where they placed 4th. Boucher Park is gearing up to welcome hundreds of overseas visitors when the prestigious GT Challenge de las Americas makes its historic debut in Barbados. The Fast Parts Caribbean GT Challenge, scheduled for August 29th and 30th, will feature an impressive lineup of high-performance machines with drivers traveling from Latin America, Canada, the United States, and Trinidad and Tobago. The event, organized by Bushy Park Motorsports Inc., with support from the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., marks the first time the region's premier circuit racing championship will compete in the English-speaking Caribbean. Speaking during a recent media briefing at Bushy Park facility manager Kirk Serber described the event as an opportunity to promote Barbados well beyond the racetrack. And PR and Marketing Director Sylvia Bermuda says the championship's expansion into new markets is a natural progression aimed at attracting new competitors, growing in its fan base, and further elevating the series.
Each GT Challenge car arrives with between 10 and 20 people, drivers, crew, family and friends. That means we will be welcoming hundreds of overseas visitors, many of them experiencing Barbados for the very first time. This is more than a race, it's an opportunity to share our island, our culture and our hospitality with the wider motorsport community. As the engines prepare to roar, let us celebrate not only competition, but collaboration, growth and the spirit of racing.
This is our sixth season of the GT Challenge, and we could not think of a better way to celebrate it than by expanding our calendar in the Caribbean, with one race in Guyana and another in Barbados. Right now, we have 50 cars arriving in Guyana, and all of them are coming to Barbados too. And fans in Barbados will have the chance to see an amazing group of race cars, including 2 Lamborghini GT3 cars, 3 Lamborghini Super Trofeo cars, a very special McLaren. This is one of 15 in the world, and this will be raced here. A Renault Ferrari, several Porsche race cars, and many other incredible machines.
That's how we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They claim General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Welcome back, and now for a second look at the headlines. Gonsalves calls for regional transition plans as Citizenship by Investment program faces EU deadline. CARICOM leaders pressed on U.S. boat strikes fallout. China rescuers face race to save thousands stranded after Typhoon Mesak floods. And in sports, West Indies named squad for a women's ODI tour to Ireland. And for a recap of the weather forecast, fair to occasionally cloudy and breezy with a moderate haze and a chance of isolated showers. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I'm Triska Campbell, inviting you to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news as well as daily headlines. Also check out SVG-TV's News in 15 weekdays at 12:45 p.m. Again, thanks for viewing. Enjoy the rest of your evening.